Welcome to Edu Pod with Uzoma. Yes, my name is Uzoma Uduma, and I am a veteran educator. I've been in the education sector for the past 16, 17 years. This is what I love doing. I'm passionate about education, and this podcast is inspired because I love talking about the issues and trends and everything in between that's happening in education. I love to lend my voice to what is going on. I love solving problems in education. And this is what has inspired this podcast. Like I said, I am an educator. I am a school leader. I am a content creator. I love writing. I love teaching. I love facilitating. Again, welcome to Edu Pod with Uzoma. Enjoy. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this podcast, Edu Podcast. This is where we unbox voices, experiences. This is where we talk, we chat, we rant. We say it the way it is. This is the Edu Pod. We unbox voices, experiences in education. In this podcast, we'll be inviting parents, teachers, educators, stakeholders, students. Yeah, we're going to invite students, in one of the episodes. But this is really where we talk about education. Everything in between. So today's episode is a very interesting one, but before we get into it, I would like to introduce my guests, and I'm going to let them do the introduction themselves. They are sitting down looking like they are very quiet people. They are not, so don't worry.
We are quiet.
Wait till we start.
We are quiet people.
All right, so let's get on to gentlemen first.
No, ladies
Before
first
ladies.
now.
Oh, ladies first.
Yes, ladies first.
Okay, ladies first.
Hello, Mrs. Uzoma. Thank you for having me. My name is Omotolani Hassan, a seasoned educator, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay. Queen of the Niger. That's what we used to call her. She has taught in Nigeria, she has taught abroad, she has taught in Dubai. So she has, when she says seasoned, she is seasoned. Okay, let's get on to our gentleman.
Okay. My name is Emmanuel Tubiele. I'm a teacher. I am also other things in between.
You better mention all those things you are in between because I better say
Okay, so I'm a teacher. I'm an actor. I'm a voiceover artist. I'm a compare. Whenever I feel like I'm a writer as well. But that's just what I can. I think that
say for now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Welcome to Edu Pod. Now, I was thinking, recently I've been doing some reflections, and so many things have been happening online these days. There are quite a few stories, a couple of stories that I'm going to share with you, which is actually what inspired this particular episode. And as you can see, the topic for today is school a scam? That word scam has been, thrown around quite a bit recently. Adulthood is a scam. This one is a scam. Nobody prepared me for this. And that has also seeped into the education sector, where we're asking ourselves, or rather, students, young people are asking, is school a scam? And like I said, a few things that have happened on social media recently. There's this very popular TikToker, Pella, who had to call graduates for an interview. And these are people who have master's degrees. And they were promised 500,000 but I just had to take a look at the whole thing. I'm like, these are graduates. These are people who went to school. And here they are looking for the post of a cameraman. So I would like us to have this conversation today. Let's, think about it, reflect. Is school really a scam? So I'm just going to ask you, what do you think? What are your thoughts? Well, we're all educators. What do you think? Mrs. Hassan, let's start with you.
All right. Thank you, Mrs. Uzoma, once again for having me. I think that's a very tricky question. And I don't have a specific answer because it depends on the perspectives you want to approach to discuss it. Okay, let me start like this. If you actually went through school, you're a graduate, and you served in Nigeria, and immediately you got a good job, let's say in a multinational company, right from your graduate trainee package, you're paid well, In 2 years, they are able to travel abroad for maybe trainings, and you work in a structured environment. You know, you can go for courses paid for, maybe accommodation or things like that. You won't say school is a scam, actually, because then you can say school did you well, because your certificate has proven to you that you can have a good life.
Okay.
So those set of people will not say school is a scam. But let's flip it to the other side. If you have the same experience through school, you graduated, you served, and you start walking around the streets of Abuja or Lagos for years, and you don't get employment, definitely you'll be depressed. You'll be upset, you'll be frustrated, you'll be tired. And it's easy for you to now think that school is a scam. Then when you take a good look around you, you see maybe a dropout from SS3 or SS2, or someone who didn't even go to university, doing well in a trade.
Yeah.
Maybe let's say our brothers who are very good with trading, maybe for the 4 years he were in school, he was learning how to sell a particular item. And maybe he has gone through the apprenticeship, he's now established, doing his business, making money. He has built one house, second house, he's now clearing container here and there. And you are still walking around, hopeless, you know, trying to use connection, you're not getting any connection. Definitely you're going to feel stripped of your human dignity. Because at that point, you're supposed to be able to feed yourself, to survive, and also be a blessing to your family and friends. So I think when people who fall into that category say school is a scam, they have a reason, and I won't invalidate their feelings.
Okay.
Personally, for me, I won't say school is a scam, actually. But I would have done more if I know what I know now. I would have done better. Because now we are now understanding that it's all about skills. It's all about what can you do? What are you good at? What can you monetize? Because you see that trading that somebody learns is a skill that brings in money. You see that time the person is giving in an oil company to do work, you're getting so many skills of being able to do a lot of things, and that's why you're paid. So yes, school could be a scam, and yes, school might not be a scam. So I would like to pause there for now.
To be or not to be. So in some aspects, in some from a different perspective, school could be a scam, and if you look at it from another perspective, maybe not. Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, what do you think?
For me, school is not a scam.
I hope you know the meaning of scam.
Yes, it's there could be various areas that need change. There could be various areas that need revamping. But if we think about the idea behind schooling, we cannot say it is a scam. If school were to be a scam, why is it that in certain parts of the world this phrase thrives? School is scam. Why is it that in countries, in developed countries, we don't get to say school is scam? Why is it that in countries like China, in countries like Japan, in countries like Malaysia, in countries, even dare I say Thailand, in countries like Russia, why don't we say school is a scam? It is because the kind of learning structure those countries have developed, right, has made them useful in that regard.
Okay.
You see, in this part of the world, you notice that I didn't mention US and the UK. That's because they are already tilted towards entertainment. Towards entertainment already.
Yeah.
And that is what we are also tilted towards. Now, if you look at the Nigerian climb, we're tilted towards music. We are the best right now. You see that music thing?
We have it.
Everybody wants to be a musician now.
Now everybody wants to be a musician, right? So I would not say school is a scam. I would only say there are particular things about our learning style that does not make us useful, that makes people like the example you gave about Pella,
Yes.
recruiting, interviewing graduates. But I have a question.
Master degree holder.
Yes, but Miss Yu, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who should he employ? People like him?
Interesting question. Really, who should? But that post is for a cameraman.
Yes.
So they need master degree holders to do that.
So if being a cameraman, if he is looking for, I don't know what he was really looking for, but if the post of that cameraman was masters in maybe anything that has to do with handling the camera, then I really don't see anything wrong with it.
Good. So let me take you up on that. There wasn't any, I don't think, what got people angry, so to say, because I've seen people on social media who are saying, what is the government doing about this? This is a slap of the face, which it is really, because even the whole interview thing, he was talking to these people as like commoners, like, why you rushing? So for me, it wasn't the fact that he was interviewing graduates.
Yeah.
It was the way it was being done. It was the mockery of it all. It was, with all their school that they have gone, they are still coming to me. At the end of the day, it is me who am a WAEC holder. I don't even know that he's a WAEC holder. But he has the money. And he's ready to pay 500,000 every month. And these people need it. And they're there. And because they're kind of like at his mercy. So he can do them anyhow. So so I'm thinking, so all these years, these people, somebody was even trying to explain to him this is my result, this is what, as in he was so, I couldn't watch anymore.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
Yes.
So I'm not saying don't employ, but it's the way it's done. And the fact that there is a need, something pushed those people to go for that interview. They actually need it. Yes. Because the school that they have gone to and everything they've acquired, it's not helping them out. So
this is what I'll have to say concerning that. I would say I'm presently employed in an organization, in a school. If the school calls me, I'm just imagining that I wasn't there.
Yes.
If that organization calls me for an interview, they will never speak to me like that. If they do, it will be the last time I'll be there. It's very simple. So there's something called the currency of value. You see, that currency of value, it is how it has to do with how much or what premium you have placed on yourself.
Yeah.
And on your investment. So if I have placed so much investment on myself and I get to that place and he's treating me and he's saying all of those things that way, there's no reason for me to stay there, because it just shows that that's what he's going to be doing even after that day when I'm eventually employed.
I want to agree with the how, which is where the problem is. If it were to be a more reflective young man who went about it respectfully, I don't think we're going to have any issue. Because even if maybe I become a first lady today and I need to employ somebody in her 60s as a special advisor, maybe the person has a master's or not. The approach is what matters. I won't say...
You don't have to treat them like they are nothing.
What are you doing with your life? You're 60 years old. You're coming for employment. No. So I think it's the how. So if we learn, which we think that it comes more with education, there's a way education will refine you.
I was actually going to say that in a way, this same person we're talking about lacks the education that we're actually talking about.
Not that some educated people don't act brash sometimes, but education has a way of smoothing the rough edges. You'll be able to be more, you apply decorum in situations and not strip people of their dignity because they want to work with you.
Okay, so I want to take us somewhere now. We go to school and, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the narrative. The narrative is, the whole idea is you go to school, you come out, look for a job, get a job, work, and at the end of the day, you're working to make money. Now, that money you're trying to make, to get, again, the young people we're teaching these days don't want to go through all that effort. They don't want to go through all that journey because they're thinking it's money. So at the end of the day, share is money we're looking for. I can get it online.
Yeah.
YouTube, content creation, that's what is... Sorry.
Yep.
So the children we're teaching in class, it's getting harder to tell children school is not... I mean, we all agree school is not a scam, but it's getting harder to encourage children, to convince them that school is not a scam.
Uzoma, you don't want to scatter this table entirely.
So where are we going? For me, honestly, I am concerned because how do we motivate our students? That's really it for me.
I was sharing something with you on our way here.
Yeah.
You know, and I told you that I think it is time we looked at education differently. The world, or a good portion of the world we live in now, is a broad runway of showbiz.
Cheers.
Everybody wants to be seen. You see,
brand.
the moment you make someone seen, they feel they have that value. So why don't we think towards that direction, where we are not just pouring, we are not just allowing them to be a part of, but we are also giving an opportunity for them to show. So if we have social media,
Okay.
and we have learning,
Okay.
why don't we make a scenario where they are not just why don't we make a scenario whereby they are not just being a part of that learning, but they are also showing it, they are also giving off. It's like it's a situation where they show a form of discovery that they've made.
So are you talking about blogging?
Yes, blogging. In place of, okay, for example, in place of homework, in place of classwork,
They can blog about their homework.
blog about it, tweet about it, make a conversation about it, let there be a thread.
Rap about it, make a music out of it.
Rap about it, make a music out of it. If it is, for example, in creative writing, right? Why, instead of simply writing it, why don't we animate it? So we're not just So we're not just teaching ICT in isolation. We are writing. The children already know the tenets of writing, and they know the tenets of building images.
Yes.
You understand? Why can't they use that as an opportunity to blend it? We have all of this. Even on our phones, we have all of these apps that we can even use to make cartoons of what we have learned, and then post it online.
The problem, not a problem, but the challenge with that is some schools, I mean, and this is really, really is annoying. Like, it's painful because some schools don't believe, for example, the creative writing you talked about. Yes, I mean, a child doesn't have to write. A child can act it out, role play and all of that. But again, when you get to assessment, how do you assess? Because again, some schools are big on, I want to see even parents.
So
what has my child been doing? My child has been here for one term.
I'm sorry.
Where's the evidence?
I'm sorry to cut you. Before, at one time, I used to blame the school that, why does the school have to do this? But if we look at it, okay, it's because the school is a business.
Which it is, yeah.
And they want to pay attention to the customer's demands.
So where's that balance?
Yeah. So I think right now we should start shifting from there to making them understand what is actually necessary or what is actually needful.
Okay. Can I share some insights?
Yes.
Let me pinch it from this spot of, you said attention is currency or something along value currency.
Yeah. Correct.
Now, this is an age where if I'm bold enough to put a camera to my face and start talking about a particular topic,
yes,
and I'm persistent and I'm able to convey my message,
you get the view,
then the world is my oyster. I can get a speaking engagement from anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
Right from this studio.
Yes.
So if a child or if a young adult is able to do that and starts gaining popularity, being famous, having money, being an influencer and all of that, and I have another child who is not so much into putting a camera to ease our face. Now we have situations where those ones are now looking to be like, am I useless? The kind of money I might make for maybe a video on a particular platform could be enough to buy a house in the next 1 year.
Yeah.
While my counterpart, who is not savvy or who doesn't put his or her face on camera, might struggle for the next 20 years before he or she can get that particular. So our young adults are in that space.
Dilemma.
So now, that's why we have a lot of depression.
Social media pressure.
Yeah,
Yes.
because you see all the
Because even
things
for
happening
adults, it does
online.
affect us sometimes.
Yes, yes.
So back to putting around school being a scam or something. I think we are in a generation where we have to be open and we have to still be kind to ourselves. Because, for example, for my age, I come from that age of chalk and slates,
I
right?
do too.
We use counters happily. We build castles, you know, with sand.
Experiential learning.
And now I can sit down and put stuff on Excel, right? I can decide to learn coding. I could start being
Within
a gamer,
minutes.
you know? So we've gone through a lot in terms of refinement. Now, these children that we are raising now, they are in this dilemma of, do I even need to go to school? Let me just face this coding thing and do it well. There's one girl during COVID 2020, she learned coding and she got a scholarship from German clinical government and she's there doing well. So I think we have to bring everything now into the school system.
Yeah.
When I see videos of children in, I think it's Japan, kindergarten kids, I love
saw
watching
it.
those videos
I saw
because
them.
I'm like, you've
I
given
always
these children
watch
life
And these are like
already.
I enjoy watching them.
3-year-old, 4-year-old. They're doing things with their hands.
And intelligent.
And
High level of
concentration.
concentration.
Yes, there's this
that
what they
even
do.
I don't think I have.
There's this what they do that they balance like
With their tiny fingers, crocheting, cooking,
yes.
molding,
Cleaning,
and I'm like,
yeah.
this is the world you've given
Yes,
these children.
yes.
So if those children grow with such skills, would they say school is a scam?
Like he said,
Like I
that's
said.
what he said earlier.
So if we bring real life to them, just the way some schools have started doing it actually, but we need to be more intentional so that, you see, that buoyancy we want to see, that skill of, we don't want to bring our children up being inadequate so that you don't say education is a scam. No, it's not.
And just riding on what you've just said now, we also have to, as educators, start apart from the skills and everything, like you said, schools are starting to bring into the system. I think we should also start or maybe hammer it more to the students to do away with that mindset that you have to be employed.
Because that's how we were trained.
That's how we were
Go
trained.
to school, oh.
Yes.
Go to school, oh.
That's how I started.
Carry first position, no.
That's how I started. Go to school.
That's all we were told.
Go to school, pass, get a job, start earning
working.
money, get married, have children, and the cycle goes
on.
No. Yeah, so we need to start teaching. So apart from the social studies, economics, whatever it is we're teaching in school, English, maths, and all of that, geography, I think embedded in the subjects, the things we are teaching children, we need to also put that mindset. They need to grow with that mindset that you do not need to wait for somebody to employ you. You can be your own employer. So, which takes us back to skills. So you read computer science, even though these days somebody who read computer science is now a driver, But I think we need to start preparing our students to have that, because again, honestly, what I was telling myself with the graduates who went to be interviewed by this influencer, I was telling myself, like I said, I would not be there. For why? For what? Because I know that I am empowered. I know that I have the skills, I have what it takes to do something instead of, finding and I'm not saying the people who went, I'm not saying they did wrong to go, but I'm saying if we teach our students to get to that mindset, to go with that mindset, then you can be your own, you can create work for other people as well.
Even for yourself. Yeah,
even for yourself and for others. So I think that's a major thing we need to start talking about in schools.
Let me try and read the room where the recruitment was taking place. Of course, I heard a lady speak out. She was actually like, why did you bring us to do this? The harassment and everything. But to be fair, how many of those people will have the guts
To speak out.
and say, hold your job. Not because they are not qualified.
It's
But
500.
you see, there's something, sir.
It's 500K on me.
Exactly.
500K is on the
How many
table.
master's degree holder who told himself or herself, okay, I'm taking my CV now, I'm going to that interview, and God help me, if I get this job of 500,000, at least I'll be able to move from point A to point B.
Yeah.
You see, when an adult is educated and is unable to use that education, I'm talking about certificates,
Application.
to make money, and it takes a longer time, it erodes you of your self-esteem.
Oh, yes.
You just want to feed.
Yeah.
So to
Whatever.
corroborate what you've said,
Yes.
it struck a memory
Yeah.
within me. When I finished school, I finished school in 2010,
Okay.
service 2011. And for the next 3 years, I found it difficult to get a job. My parents were on top of my issue.
What made it difficult? Sorry.
Okay. First, I was looking out to get employed in certain companies because of the course I read.
Okay.
Initially, I read public relations and advertising.
Okay.
So I was looking at set places to work because that's where I could execute those skills that I had gotten.
Yes.
However, I wasn't able to. I tried interviews in banks, in FMCG, different aspects. It was just not going through. 3 years. So within those 3 years, a private university graduate
You see?
of a prestigious university. Yeah. So within that period,
Yes. You had it.
no, apart from people heading,
Within that period, school wasn't stopped.
I ended up selling drinks and pure water.
To survive.
No.
Yes, I did. On a retail level. 5 naira pure water when it was still 5 naira.
But I
did it
dare say you learned something from that.
I'm just going to come. You see, from that thing, what stood me out there was the documentation I did. At first, my mom laughed at me and told me, guy, I used to have my BlackBerry. I went into acting for a while, and then when I discovered the politics in it, that you have to before you get. So I just said, okay, you know what? I'm a man. I cannot do certain things. I still have a long way ahead to go. I just kept that acting thing by the side. I kept on doing those sales for 3 years. But what stood me out was I had a BlackBerry phone then.
Yes.
You see, for every sale I make, I'll document it. Pure water, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. Pepsi, 70 naira then. 7-Up, 50 naira. I'll document it every month. I knew how much I was making. Yeah, I was in that 1 month. I wasn't making. Maybe if it was a miracle, I made 9,000 naira. But guess what? But guess what? I was learning how to document
business.
The business sense of it. I could tell you that I made profit. The profit in it was just probably 2,000 naira. But the difference was my dad owned the shop. So he just gave it to me. That was what helped me. He gave me that shop. I didn't need to pay rent.
Okay. Soft landing.
I bought
soft landing.
Yes,
Some
soft
people
landing.
don't have that.
I bought the PHCN units myself.
Okay.
Many of those days, I'll trek to the shop and I'll trek back home. So in that particular period, I was able to get and learn certain things that I didn't know would help me in the future. Now, for when it comes to documentation for me is not so cumbersome.
Data.
Yeah, especially when it comes to data. Yeah. So that's it for me.
Uzoma, let me pick it from where he stopped, saying that when he graduated, he waited for 3 years. And you're a hottie. If you graduated from a private university in Nigeria, at that time, even till now, you're a hottie. Now, let's take it from this point of our own method of thinking about some jobs. If you are a nurse in Nigeria, at least I have a sister who is a nurse, right?
Yeah.
She's licensed in about 3 countries now. And struggle here and there. And maybe another graduate who studied for a degree, and they had to japa. Now, when you're out of school, you're now in the world. You need to sort yourself, so to speak. if I have to sort myself as a young graduate in Nigeria, I won't think about going to offices and telling them, I can do your cleaning. Right? But if my sister goes through whatever IELTS or something and Japa, when she gets there, before she gets the certificate, there's a certification.
I see where you're going.
Yeah, she has to work.
Yes.
If she has to work in McDonald's, cleaning shelves, she's got to do it.
Yes.
But me, here I am in Nigeria as a graduate, I'm thinking, it's either FCMB or Deloitte or nothing.
I remember when my parents were angry that I didn't get a job in one FMCG like that.
So
Emmanuel, what were you thinking?
Exactly. So the survival skill you have to put on to sell drinks, right?
Yeah.
If you found yourself abroad, you would do the same. I mean, you would do what can bring in money.
So
before you get to your destination of your certification.
Yes.
So is your point that in Nigeria, we also, because I think at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. We need to get to that. We need to tell ourselves, if it takes doing this, whatever, for this period of time, I can do it till I get.
That's life.
Yeah.
Because even if you're a business person, you are having it good today, tomorrow things might flop and you have to start all over again.
And can I add that the fact that you are doing what you are doing now does not mean that is supposed to be the final boss.
Exactly.
So I hear us clearly and all that, and it is very true. But again, let's come back to, because my point is, we need to be mindful of the children we're dealing with now. This is us. We had that mindset. We didn't mind to sell drinks then to make money. But not the people we're teaching these days, not the youth, Gen Zs, Gen Alphas. They don't know anything called delayed gratification. They don't have resilience
because
they can't endure.
We bring too many things to their faces.
Yeah. So the problem is, how do we get to that point where they need to learn? So I watched a video online. I think it was yesterday, and they said the father was a well-to-do, wealthy family, but he was talking about how not to do everything for the children. Like, let them, in quote, suffer. Let them learn
by themselves.
Let them
I think
go
I know who
through
you are
it.
talking about.
Let them go through it. If they are trying to climb something and they slip, don't go and quickly let them slip. Let them fall. Let them
stand up
hurt
by themselves.
Let them stand up by themselves. And that is likened to the illustration of, what happens to a chick when the idea of hatching, that word hatching means breaking out.
Yes.
And there's
Growth.
something that comes with that breaking out.
Growth.
So growth and resilience and all the, endurance and all. So when you now say, this chick is struggling, let me help it. You now go and crack the egg and bring out the chick. What you have done is you have taken away.
Because we don't want them to suffer what we suffered.
Yeah, that's another line. We said, I suffered too much, so I don't want my children to suffer.
They must not suffer.
But they were not equipping them.
But that's not entirely wrong. I might have had it very rough. Not me. Someone might have. And definitely you knew that you wanted to breathe at some point, but you didn't have opportunity to breathe. And you don't want to try that same format with your child.
But I think we're overdoing it now. That's the problem.
It's how to soften when you're supposed to soften.
Yeah.
And when to be hard when you're supposed to be hard.
Yeah.
So for our children now, I think like I was telling a young one some time ago, I said, I prefer my days of growing up than now.
Yes.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I prefer when I
definitely.
10 times over.
I prefer I'll go to school. My primary school was inside my estate, and I'll walk back to the house.
Yeah.
You walk with your friends.
With your friends, are you flat talking?
And one by one. One will just keep
okay,
leaving
bye, see
the
you
group.
tomorrow.
Bye, see you
Yes.
tomorrow. One will keep leaving until that last person.
And do you know another thing that was happening with that? You were working. That was social life,
Yes.
which you don't have anymore these days because everybody's on their phone.
Yes.
The children are all in their cars. They are being brought to school and taken back.
So those experiences that we had was part of also school.
Yes.
In the morning, I was dropped off in school, but in the afternoon, you find your way back home. So my great grandma, who had a stroke at that time, who sits with a wheelchair in the balcony and knows that if a particular child pass like this. Another one pass like this. I don't see my own. Wahala go happen. Do you understand? So they know.
Yes.
So even if she's not saying hello, which in those days you will say hello gladly to an old woman you see, and it was part of the learning. And when I get home, I need to shower, I need to eat. Then TV will come on at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m.
lines.
Green, red, blue.
That was when color had come out.
Exactly.
Color, it was just gray, white,
Exactly.
black, white, and gray.
And my parents didn't have to say, "What are you watching?" Because there was nothing you will watch there that is going to corrupt you.
Or what kind of English are they speaking?
Thank you.
Like some broadcasters are here today on the radio.
Mr. Let's not go there. Let's come back.
Okay, let's come back.
Okay, so
let's come back.
So now we were well guided.
Yeah.
Even though we had freedom to play outside, by 5 o'clock, Kenny will come out and start playing ball. We had fun. We were in the sun. But now to our children, come back, you are in the house. You are watching Netflix. You're pressing your phone.
Don't go anywhere.
You're fantasizing, right? You want to be a Davido like tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what
you
I
want
talked
to
about.
be a Joke Silva like tomorrow.
Like yesterday.
You might want to be a musician, but this speed of now. But there's a process, like you said.
Instant,
How do we guide them as adults?
So I think, that's the takeaway word, that word guide. How do we guide? So I think at the end of the day, it comes back to all of us.
Yes,
it comes back
does.
to us educators. It comes back to us parents, school owners, and society really, because we really need to. So at the end of the day, it's like what you're complaining about. Have you looked inwards? Because when you're saying school is a scam, have you looked inwards? What have you done for yourself? Like, do you have that resilience? You know, you shared your own about selling drinks. If I start telling you what
I need dressing, I need tailoring, I need selling.
So I think, take away message for us today is we need to guide the students more. We need to keep talking to them about the fact that, you don't have to depend on another person. Yes, the system might have failed us somehow. Yes, jobs. In fact, companies are downsizing, some are not so. But at the end of the day, you as a person, how have you equipped yourself? And I think it goes back to us educators talking to the children, even in your class, when you're teaching whatever it is you're teaching, put out these things to them.
The hidden curriculum.
Hidden
curriculum. Let's keep doing that. So at the end of the day, to round off for this session, is school a scam? It could be, it could not be. No, it is not.
No, it is not.
And for me, I'm just like, this is the reality we're facing. And we really need to not ignore this so that we don't breed, we don't as a nation at the end of the day, wake up one day and nobody's in school. And because again, talking about school, even the teachers we have in schools, in some schools, that's another episode entirely.
I've been teaching for 35 years.
Because these days parents are sending their children to school and they are being given dead bodies back. That's
another.
Can I give an experience I had? There was a day I was with my children in the class, and I asked, okay, what profession do you want to practice when you grow up? They were telling me. And I didn't know that I was wearing another look on my face until one child said, "Hi, ma'am." I said, "Yes, sir. I want to be a teacher." Then I smiled. I realized I smiled at that point. And she was like, "Oh, you're smiling now." I said, "Why did you say that?" I said that just because I wanted you to smile. I don't want to be a teacher. Nobody wants to be a teacher.
Because she was looking at your face.
And I said, "Thank you for putting a smile on my face."
Ouch.
But I realized that
it is what it is. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Tolani. This was a really insightful reflection. Yes, and I hope that parents, school owners, students, teachers, I hope you're all out there listening. And would also like to hear your views, your reflection, your thoughts. Please share with us in the comment section. And with that, we're going to say bye and take care. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.